Well, as some of you know, daily the daily guides from the Science of Mind magazine for this month have been concentrating on the environment, and today's no exception. However, when I saw the title, I got a little bit confused because I didn't think that the subject matter was going to be what it was. The title is called "Oceans with the Oceans Within," and I thought it was just going to be something on the spiritual nature, but no, it's about the economy, ecology again. So bear with me because yeah, I got a few comments on it, and it's a good article. I just wonder if by the end of this month, people will got so burned out with hearing about the environment and ecology and all the rest of it that they'll just turn off. So that's why occasionally I'm going to sprinkle in some other stuff. So I'm not going to tell you when I'm going to do that, but I will sprinkle in other readings as I did yesterday with the great Murphy, the human whisperer. So here we are, the oceans within. The first quote is from Robert Swan. He's a Brit who's actually was the first person to walk to both the South Pole and the North Pole. And he's an author. He's an author, and he's an environmentalist. But he's also one who studies renewable energy, and he's an expert, I guess, on the Antarctic and so on. So he's put his money where his mouth is. The greatest threat to our planet is the belief that someone else will save it. The greatest threat to our planet is the belief that someone else will save it. And Holmes the quote from Holmes in the Science of Mind textbook on page 44, it could pretty well apply to anything. It could apply to ecology, anything. It says, "We live in a sea of pure spirit. We are immersed in an infinite good." And the connection there is that we have the ability to connect with this infinite source and to put good into it, which will be picked up by other people. But more about that in a second. Well, a bit more than a second, but more about that shortly. The Columbia Blue Carbon Project and the Blue Nature Alliance remind us of the ocean's critical role in climate regulation. How can we deepen our connection to these waters and protect their vast biodiversity? Oceans cover more than 70% of our planet, yet their mysteries and contributions often go unnoticed. Yes, it's been called a water planet, the blue planet. Projects, excuse me, projects like the Columbia Blue Carbon Project emphasize how coastal ecosystems such as mangroves, seagrasses, and marshlands capture and store carbon. These underwater forests are our allies in the fight against climate change. Blue Nature Alliance works in partnership with other organizations to accelerate that pace, the scale, and the effectiveness of large-scale ocean conservation projects. Their work focuses on the significant pervasive threats to our oceans, such as damaging fishing practices, habitat destruction, and of course, pollution. Their underlying premise is that climate change alters marine ecosystems. How does it alter them? In ways that are not yet fully understood. We don't understand what we're doing, obviously. Today, join them and us in honoring the oceans. How? By reducing single use plastics, supporting marine conservation, or simply marveling at the beauty of an underwater world we're just beginning to understand. The water that connects continents connects us to something greater than ourselves. And it's kind of interesting because today my wife and I have been watching, well, we watch Ancient Aliens. I think it's on the History Channel. Ancient Aliens Declassified. I know some of my colleagues like Reverend Lisa watch it as well. Is it far-fetched? Yeah, some of it is really quite far-fetched, but there are obviously elements of truth in it, you know. And one of the elements of truth that they were expressing today and talking about today and showing examples of today, and actually what we discussed last night in our Friday evening group, are all very similar. We're talking about genius, everyday genius, as well as the Einsteins and Newtons and so on of this world, but also interconnectedness. And the program today that we watch, it's recorded from, I don't know, about a week ago, I think. Anyway, the part we watched today was actually talking about our interconnection with everything, not just life on Earth, but with life throughout the universe, and coming up with ideas that there's only the eternal now, but we're connected to everything, and the past, the present, the future, we're connected to the whole thing. And they were talking about a lady in Bulgaria who got blinded when she was fairly young in a tornado, and then became able to like prophesy the future. And she came up with a lot of interesting stuff. And I know it's all subject to interpretation, but if you believe that she was coming up with stuff, then some of it was good, you know, and some of it was about somebody coming along in 2025 and coming up with good stuff that will help us with the planet. But what I believe is this, you know, and it explained it in the program there, and it's something. What? And it explained it in the program there that oftentimes inventions and ideas, big ideas, have come to people in different parts of the planet totally independently at the same time. And they quoted some examples, for instance, the telephone and the or calculus, for instance. You know, they've come to different people almost exactly the same time, and these people are not connected with each other, which to me indicates that we are connected. And the program today is saying not only are connected on Earth, we're connected with the whole universe. And if that's the case, then when we start believing that there are solutions to all of our problems, including the climate, then these solutions will start appearing. They will just reveal themselves, and then we'll start being able to use them. So I think part of our job, which is kind of indicated here today, he says, where does he say it? How can we deepen our connection to these waters and protect their biodiversity? One is through our thoughts. And if we start truly believing that solutions to our human problems, including climate change, global warming, whatever you want to call it, we start truly believing that solutions are coming now, then these solutions will appear because I believe they're there in the universal subjective mind. Yeah, the mind of the universe, but the universal subjective. These solutions are there somewhere. And once we truly believe that, then they will appear to the people who are able to do something about it. And, oh, yeah, that's the other thing. She believed that in this year, 2025, would come along a really neat idea and a simple idea for clean energy that will be endless. And I don't think she's talking about solar energy, she's talking about something else. So but just know with me that these solutions are there, including that one. And that is part of what we can do to help make the planet a healthier place for everybody and a better place for everyone. So that is the end of my preaching for today. As a reminder, tomorrow, 11 a.m., Creative Life Spiritual Center will have its service. It will be on Spring Stubner, but also it'll be on Creative Life Spiritual Center's Facebook page. Reverend Lisa will appear at 9:15 tomorrow morning on Creative Life Spiritual Center's Facebook page, and I will be back around about 5 o'clock tomorrow evening on numerous pages simultaneously, including this one that you're watching it on now, whatever that turns out to be. And it will also be on others later in the day when I copy the link and just post it to things like Instagram, whatever else, Mastodon, Threads, LinkedIn, you name it, a whole bunch of them. So wherever you see this, just know that I do this every day and I connect some of the stuff immediately. It's live, and some of it I connect later on in the evening, you know, when I've got time. So we always get an affirmation every day, and today's affirmation is I am connected to the oceans and inspired to protect their life giving power. I am connected to the oceans and I'm inspired to protect their life giving power. So until next time, we got some great rain today. It was wonderful. We did not get the phenomenal storms that were forecast. They missed us, they went somewhere. But if you're in the middle of a storm, then just know this, just know yourself to be safe and reach out for help when you need it. And reach out for prayer help when you need it. So until next time, namaste.